What is good, YouTube? It's your girl Brinks, and I'm coming to you guys with another cooking video. And this time, this cooking video is going to be like a little bit different. Not that much different, but I just feel the need to make a video like this since I did just come back from my modeling practice. So it's going to be kind of be like a plus size. I don't want to label it plus size yet, but kind of like model tips one-on-one for like castings and like overall just practices. So if you're, let's just cue the intro first, y'all. So first off, let me introduce what we are making today. We are doing a shrimp sausage skillet type vegetable skillet. It's going to contain some squash. It's going to contain some zucchini. It has asparagus, peppers, shrimp sausage, peppers, squash, zucchini, asparagus. I think that's it. And it's supposed to be like a Cajun type thing, but it's like a really easy recipe. I found this recipe online. You guys know that I do a lot of keto stuff, so this is the meal prep for Sunday. I'm going to keep these Sunday kind of cooking videos up, you guys, because I do cook every Sunday. So I mean, might as well make a video about what I'm cooking every Sunday. So Sunday would just be dedicated to cooking, and if I decide to, you know, lump in some type of informational vlog with it, then so be it. But the cooking portion will be pretty quick because it's a pretty, like I said, it's a pretty easy meal, you guys. And I pretty much have everything together. So my zucchini and squash blend I brought already from Walmart in the frozen packages. I bought 3 packages of frozen blend. The asparagus, I bought 2 packages of them frozen, and then I had 3 bags of shrimp. I had 2 bags of the colossal, and then I had 1 bag of the jumbo that I included. I have 2 things of sausage, turkey sausage, and then a beef sausage. So it's 2 sets of each. So the total of 4 of the long sausages. Let me just show you guys. A total of basically 4. So 2 of these in total is what is in the pot so far. Other than that, where's my garlic? I always use the garlic, y'all. I don't know why. Here it is. But yeah. So everything is pretty much already in the pot. It's just a matter of lumping everything together, olive oil, seasoning it, and then just kind of throwing it in the skillet. So I already have everything pretty much lumped together. I did use my big pot because you guys know I need big bowls for real. So this is everything together. You guys see a little sausage down there, asparagus, the shrimp, zucchini, squash. I've thrown the bell peppers in yet because it was like a fairly large bag, and I know I didn't want to use the full bag. So what I'm going to do with that is that's pepper and onions in it. So I'm going to heat up my skillet, and while my skillet is basically heating up and getting ready for the rest of this stuff to get added to it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the garlic and this onion and pepper blend kind of cook down a little bit. That way it's already somewhat unthawed when we add the rest of the stuff to it. That makes sense, you guys. So go ahead and open this up. And then I usually just reserve the remaining of this for like other recipes. Like if I wanted to make fajitas, which I could do, or I don't know, something else. TK is due home any minute. Don't want to use that much garlic. That's it. Throw that bad boy in the skillet. I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm doing. So it's in the skillet. We're just gonna get that to simmer and kind of cook a little bit. The aroma going, you know, freshen up the house. That garlicky smell. I don't know about y'all, but I love the smell of garlic. And it's a must for anything that I cook with vegetables. It is a must. Like, I don't see how you could not use garlic if you're cooking anything with vegetables. You just cannot not use it. Just don't understand. Now, go ahead and throw some. I'll wait till that starts simmering first. So I'll go ahead and get into kind of background about this little video and my little modeling tips. So, basically to sum everything up, I know that this may come off as a little informational to a lot of people who are either just getting started in modeling or have been modeling for a while and just not understanding like why things aren't going well for them, or why they're not getting chosen in a lot of things. And here's my perspective and my experience. And no, I am not an expert. I'm not an expert, but I am a designer and I am a model. So I have both aspects, from choosing a model on a designer's perspective basis, being a model wanting to be chosen for a designer on a model's perspective. So first things first, you have to keep in mind that not every designer that is there is going to choose you. You may only get chosen by one designer, and that's perfectly fine. You better rock it out for that one designer. Like, a lot of people get it into their head, and I don't know why a lot of people just seem to think that just because you've been modeling for X amount of years, or you've been in this amount of shows, that, you know, you're supposed to be in just about all the sets that are in the show, or etc., etc. And that's not always the case. And I feel the need to kind of come on here and address that, because this may be some of the reasons why you guys aren't getting chosen. First off, attitude. Attitude is everything. From the moment you guys walk in the door, whether it's the casting, whether it's the practice, if you have designers sitting there, those designers are watching you. They're watching your presence. They're watching your energy. They're feeling your energy. If the vibe is not right, then you're not a right fit for them. And that's coming from my perspective as a designer. Sometimes, I will give you guys this, sometimes it is kind of who you know and kind of who you're friends with. That is sometimes the case. But also, that doesn't mean don't give that casting your all, because they're not the only designer that's there who's watching and looking for you to be a prospective model for them. Another thing I want to point out is, actually, let's go back to the attitude part. Attitude is everything. Don't act like you're a know-it-all because you've been in so many shows, or you've been picked by so many designers in the past, and you've had a chance to go on multiple runway shows, or you traveling and all of that stuff. This is a whole new show, whole new cast. So you're basically starting over. Every casting is a new start. You cannot base it off of your experience. Some of these designers, most of the designers, it's their first time meeting you. They don't know what you've done. They don't know what your experience has been. This is your introduction. This is you introducing yourself to them. This is you selling yourself to them. So when you sell yourself to them, you have to make sure that you're selling yourself correctly. Today, there were I want to say about 6 designers. 6 designers present, I think. 6 or 5 designers present. And I had a chance to walk. And kind of strip my stuff and, give it my all or whatever.
Seriously, Mommy.
I didn't get chosen by any designer, you guys. But I did not lose the energy. I didn't do any of that. Like, when that stuff like that happens, all you can do is just bounce back. Everything was recorded. Maybe those designers will go home, rewatch the modeling videos, and be like, hey, I really should have put her in my set, and they may add me later. And like, I'm grateful for that. But overall, I'm just grateful for a part to be in the show. I'm just grateful that I passed the casting and was chosen to be in the show. Is basically fact number 1. Fact number 2 is, like, don't sit around and mope if nobody chooses you there. Like, those might not be the only designers in the show. Some of the designers may not have been able to make it to that casting. Like, you never know what may happen. And I don't know if it was showing on some of the girls' faces or what, but they addressed that today, and they were like, if you guys weren't chosen for any designers today, like, we still have more designers, like 3 to 4 designers that did not come today, that weren't able to make it. And thank you guys for staying the duration of the time. Like, at that point, it was like, after I wasn't chosen, it would have been so easy to just get up and leave out. But you don't want to give that aura. You don't want to bring that negative energy. You want to maintain your composure. That's not what people are looking for. They're looking for, you're basically someone that's going to be selling their brand. Someone who is selling their garments. So you have to sell yourself to them. And I don't think a lot of people and models understand that when they come to castings and like first practices. But I have been doing this for a really, really long time. And I've learned not to let things like that get to me. And I'm just so positive and high energy. Like I said, I just love the fact that I was even chosen to be in the show. It's just that high experience that, hey, my walk made it into this show. Like, I'm grateful for that. And there are some bomb designers. If they decide to pick me and choose me in the long run or later down the road, so be it. I will walk my butt off for them. But if they don't, I'm still going to be cheering and applauding them from the background. They are some bomb designers. Like, you can't be focused on all the negative, and you can't base everything on like your experience and think that just because you have so much experience that you're automatically going to get something, because that is not the case at all. And I feel the need to address that. Another thing, be careful of what you say and who you say it to. When you are at a casting, when you are at a rehearsal, regardless, you never know who you're talking to. You could be talking to a designer. And you could say something like, man, I really wish she would have picked better designs, or I don't know why she picked that music, or he picked that music, or why did he decide to make me wear this? Never, never, ever, ever, ever talk about a designer's clothing. Ever. That designer is choosing you to market their brand. That is disrespectful on so many levels. So many levels, guys. Definite no. Never talk about a designer's brand. Especially if they've chosen you to be their model and you're supposed to be marketing that brand and you have the nerve to talk about it behind their back. That's a huge no. And then that may just disqualify you and get you kicked out of the show completely. And depending on who's throwing the show, you may not be able to come back to any of the other castings. Any castings that they may have in the future, like, period. You have to be careful of what you say and who you say it to, because you never know who you're speaking to. Another thing, and this is me speaking from my designer's perspective. If a designer asks you if you're comfortable in something, be honest with them. Be 100% honest. If it's something you don't like about your body, let them know. They will work with you. They will try to keep that area covered as much as possible. If they really like you and want you to be in that set, which 90% of the time, because they chose you, they do, they will find something else for you to wear. Be upfront and honest, because see, what's going to happen is you guys are going to put that garment on and you're going to feel uncomfortable in it. And once you hit the runway, that uncomfortableness is going to show. It's going to show on your face. It's going to show on your walk. It's just going to show overall. And that's not going to be a good look for the designer. That's not going to be a good look for you, especially in pictures. Especially in pictures. Because your face is going to show that you're uncomfortable in what you're wearing. So always be completely upfront and honest with your designers. Because if they ask you if you're comfortable with something, they want to know if you're comfortable wearing that garment. Okay? They will put you in something else. They will. And if it is a big problem, they'll find somebody else to wear that outfit. It is what it is. But always be upfront and honest with your designers, because you don't want to make them look bad, and they don't want you to feel uncomfortable. 100%. So just keep it real. Just keep it real. Let's see, what else did I want to say about this? Okay, going back to the whole one designer part. If you are selected for only one designer out of a show, so what? Walk your behind off for that one designer. Make those other designers be like, man, we really didn't give her a chance. We should have really, took the time to, look at this walk a little bit more, seeing what she can improve or whatever. Like, leave that image in their mind. Make them remember you. Be memorable, is what I want to say. So, you don't want to be someone that's unforgettable. You get up there, you walk, and you go back. They'll be like, oh, okay. That's okay. That was that. That's it. Like, oh, it was the girl with the pink and the red hair, and you're like, oh, who's that? No, you want to get up there and you want to kill it. That way, the designers are going, wow, who was that? And you be like, that's the girl with the pink and red hair. And they'll probably be like, man, if we're a designer for another show that she tries out for, we want to put her in our set. Like, never be discouraged if you do get one set. Walk your behind off for that one set. It's okay. You're not always going to get 4 and 5 sets. You're not always going to get 2 and 3 sets. I've been in shows where I've only been in 1 and 2 sets. It's okay. Do your thing. Do your thing. Show off and show out. Make them see you. Leave that memory in their head of that walk, that energy. Hit that crowd up. Who knows? Like, middle of the show, if they need a replacement model, I'd be like, hey, can you fit this size? You'd be like, yeah, I can fit that size. Can you walk for me? Like, you never know what can happen, you guys. That's why attitude, posure, energy, vibe, everything. Everything. All of those things are everything. But back to the veggies. So I have my peppers and everything searing. I'm about to throw these in there because I think peppers and everything are pretty much getting on the done side. So yeah. Alright, yeah. What was I saying? I think I said everything I need to say about the whole modeling. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do this in 2 cooking. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this in 2 cooking things. Alright. This is gonna be such a pretty dish, y'all. Like, the colors are just vibing. But anyways, just show you guys this. So we got everything in there, just kind of cooking. But yeah, you guys, I mean, that's pretty much, I think that's all I wanted to say on that. I don't know, like, I was just driving home because this was in Columbus, and I don't know, because like I used to feel some sort of way like when I first started out modeling, and it's something that you get used to. It's something that you definitely get used to. And I'm just putting a little bit more seasoning on top, you guys, to add a little extra zest. I'm gonna let that cook down a little bit. I want to go take a shower because I am tired. Make it quick so I can come back and finish this food up before it gets completely done, and then I will be back to show you guys kind of what it's looking like, and if I come up or think of anything else that I want to add to like the modeling tips, I'll let you guys know. So I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished result. You guys see that smoke coming off of these. The only con I would say is definitely using frozen vegetables. You need to make sure that you are watching the food as it's cooking to make sure that it's not cooking too fast and it's not the vegetables aren't getting too mushy. So I ran into that problem because of course I had to clock into work and TK came home. But yeah, definitely not a big problem because it still tastes freaking delicious. Like, the flavors are out of this world, like literally. So if you guys are definitely interested in trying to redo this recipe, just let me know. And if you tried it, let me know how it went for you. If you liked it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, etc. I can't think of anything else I want to say regarding like the modeling thing. If I do, I'll probably do a follow-up video on it. But for the most part, I think I said the bulk of what I wanted to say. Like I said, if I think of anything else, I'll do a follow-up video. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm also going to try to make sure I list the ingredients and stuff down below for you guys to follow along and try to cook it on your own accord if you decide that you want to make it. Look like kitty. Other than that, you guys, until next time, bye. Say bye, YouTube.
Say bye, YouTube.
You're so cute.